Good morning everyone. Today we will do exercise 4.3 question number 4. Question number 4 is the taxi fare in a city is as follows. For the first kilometer the fare is rupees 8 and for the subsequent distance it is rupees 5 per kilometer. Taking the distance covered as x kilometer and total fare as rupees y, write a linear equation for this information and draw its graph. Now you can see that if a taxi is charging 8 rupees for first kilometer and for the rest of the distance it is charging rupees 5 per kilometer. So we have to take total distance covered to be x kilometer and total fare charged by taxi is rupees y, and we have to form a linear equation and then we have to draw its graph. Now let us see. Suppose a taxi is covering a distance of x kilometer from A to B. It is covering total distance traveled is x kilometer, and for the first kilometer, suppose A to C, suppose this is 1 kilometer, the taxi is charging rupees 8. The fare is 8 rupees for 1 kilometer for the first kilometer. And what is the rest of the distance left? CB. What is the rest of the distance left? You can see if total distance is x and if we subtract 1 kilometer from this total distance, we are left with the rest of the distance is x minus 1 kilometer. And you can see that it was given that for the rest of the distance the fare is rupees 5 per kilometer. So now how to write it? Let total distance covered is equal to x kilometer and total fare is equal to rupees y. Then you can see fare for 1 kilometer or first kilometer is rupees 8, and fare for what is rest of the distance, you can see if total is x and we subtract 1 kilometer for which it has to cover it has to charge rupees 8, so rest of the distance left is x minus 1 kilometer, and for rest of the distance it is covering rupees 5. So now we have to combine. So total fare is y rupees, y is equal to, for the first kilometer the fare is 8 rupees plus for the rest of the kilometer x minus 1, the fare is rupees 5. Now 8 ones are 8 plus 5x minus 5. So this is equal to 5x plus 3. So this is the required linear equation. Now we have to draw its graph. So first of all we have to find its solution. So let us see how to find its solution. Put x equal to 1. If we put x1, so y we will get is 5 into 1 plus 3 is equal to 5 plus 3. So y is 8. Put x equal to 2. So y is equal to 5 into 2 plus 3, 10 plus 3 equal to 13. So now we have to represent it in tabular form. We can find two solutions also. So I am finding out two solutions. You can find three solutions also. If you have to take third solution, take x is equal to 3. So y is equal to 5 into 3 plus 3, 15 plus 3. So y is 18. So now we have to represent it in tabular form. Now you can see if x is 1, what was y? Y was 8. If x was 2, y was 13. If x is 3, y was 18. So these are the points we have got these points. Now we have to plot these points in the Cartesian plane. Then I told you in yesterday's video how to plot these points in the Cartesian plane. After plotting these points, you can join those points. So after joining those points you will get a straight line, and that line will be the graph of this equation. So I hope you can draw the graph of these points yourself. Now come to question number 5. From the choices given below, choose the equation whose graphs are given in the figure 4.6 and figure 4.7. Now in figure 4.6, you can see in this figure we have to tell that this is the graph of which equation. We are given 4 options. We have to tell this line, this straight line is the graph of which equation. So you can see the points which lies on this line. The points lies on this line are, you can see, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, -1. Now you know that the first coordinate is for x and second coordinate is for y. So if we add these coordinates, -1 plus 1 equal to 0. Second one, 0 plus 0 equal to 0. Then -1 plus -1, that is 1 minus 1 equal to 0. So you can see the first coordinate was for x and second for y. So if I replace it with x plus y equal to 0, so you can see from these options the second one is x plus y equal to 0. It means this is the graph of x plus y equal to 0 because these points satisfies this equation. So that is why the graph of this equation, x plus y is equal to 0, is the graph of this equation. So second is the right answer. Now come to second part of fifth question. Again you can see we have to tell again in this graph, this is the graph of which equation. We are given 4 options. Now again you write down the points. The first point is -1, 3, then 0, 2, and then 2, 0. Again we have to find the relation between x and y coordinate. So again we'll add these points. X coordinate plus y coordinate, -1 plus 3 gives us 2. X coordinate 0, y coordinate 2 gives us 2. X coordinate 2, y coordinate 0, it gives us 2. So again these are values of x, these are values of y. It means we'll get x plus y equal to 2. But you can see here x plus y is equal to 2. There is no option in these choices. So if we just change it into if we write it into the terms of y, we'll get y is equal to -x plus 2. Now you can see y is equal to -x plus 2. So it means this is the graph of this third equation. Third option is the right answer. So third is the right answer. So this completes your question number 5. Now come to question number 6. If the work done by a body on application of a constant force is directly proportional to the distance travelled by the body, express this in the form of an equation in 2 variables and draw the graph of the same by taking the constant force as 5 units. Also read from the graph the work done when the distance travelled by the body is 2 units and 0 units. Now you are given that work done by body is always proportional to distance travelled. See, it is given that work done is always proportional to distance travelled. So let work done by body is equal to x, and distance travelled is equal to y. So it means x is proportional to y. Now if we want to change this proportional sign into equal to sign, we have to take some constant force. For example, k is the constant force. It will be multiplied with y. So k is a constant force. Why I have taken a constant force? Because whenever we have to change this proportional sign into equal to, we have to take some constant force that will be multiplied by the distance travelled. So x is equal to ky, but here constant force is given 5 units. So our equation will be x is equal to 5y. This is the required equation. Now we have to draw its graph also. So again we'll find out its solution. So here you can see, you put y. If I put y is equal to 0, x is equal to 5 into 0. If no distance is traveled, no work is done. So if y is 0, x is also 0. Put y is equal to 1, so x is equal to 5 into 1 is equal to 5 units. Put y is equal to 2, x is equal to 5 into 2 is equal to, x is 10. So again represent it in tabular form. So x and y. You can see, if y is 0, x is 0. If y is 1, x is 5. If y is 2, x is 10. Now plot these points on the Cartesian plane. You will get the graph of this equation, and from that graph you have to read from the graph that the work done, what is the work done when distance traveled by body is 2 units. Distance traveled was y units. It means when y is 2, so you can easily, from the graph you can tell easily that work done is 10 units. And if there is no distance traveled, it means no work is done. So but you have to tell this from the graph. So you can make this graph yourself. One thing you have to keep in mind, that in fourth question and in this question, you are not supposed to take x or y coordinate in minus, because sphere cannot be negative and work done or distance traveled is also cannot be negative. So do not take x coordinate or y coordinate, value of x and y in negative. Now come to question number 7. Yamini and Fatima, 2 students of class 9th of the school, together contributed ₹100 towards the Prime Minister Relief Fund to help the earthquake victims. Write a linear equation which satisfies this data. You may take their contribution as rupees x and y and draw the graph for the same. Now you can see question 7. Contribution of Yamini plus contribution of Fatima is equal to ₹100. It means they together contributed ₹100 in the Prime Minister Relief Fund, but we do not know what is their individual contribution. So let the contribution of Yamini be x rupees and contribution of Fatima is y rupees. So and they together contributed, x plus y means contribution of Yamini plus contribution of Fatima, they together contributed 100 rupees. So this is the required equation, and again you have to draw its graph. So before drawing any graph of linear equation in 2 variables, we have to find its solution. So put y is equal to 10. We cannot take here x or y as 1, 2, 3, because we'll get, if I put y1, you'll get x 100 minus 1, 99. So that will be difficult to plot. So always take, if your total value is 100, so take x or y in 10, 20, 30, 40 like that. So put y is equal to 10. You will get x plus 10 is equal to 100. So x is 100 minus 10 equal to 90. Put y is equal to 50. So x plus 50 is equal to 100. So x is 100 minus 50, which is equal to 50. Put y is equal to 80. So x plus 80 is equal to 100. So x is equal to 100 minus 80 equal to 20. So again represent it in tabular form. X and y. So you can see, if y was 10, x is 90. Y is 50, x is also 50. Y is 80, x is 20. So we got the coordinates of x and y, and we can easily plot it on the graph. So after plotting this these points on the Cartesian plane, you will get the straight line, which will be the graph of this equation, x plus y equal to 100. Keep one thing in mind while plotting the graph. Suppose this is a Cartesian plane and this is origin. You have to take one unit as 10 centimeter. 0 to this one unit will be of 10 units. This one unit will be of 10 units, 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. Similarly here on y-axis 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. Here minus 10, minus 20, minus 30 and so on. So in this way you have to plot this graph. Take one unit as 10 centimeters. So I hope you will be able to draw its graph. Now come to last question of this exercise. In countries like USA and Canada, temperature is measured in Fahrenheit, whereas in countries like India, it is measured in Celsius. Here is the linear equation that converts Fahrenheit into Celsius. So this is the equation how to convert Fahrenheit into Celsius or Celsius into Fahrenheit. And the question is related to the temperature of USA and Canada. It is given that the temperature in USA and Canada is measured in Fahrenheit, whereas in India it is measured in Celsius, but they have given us the formula to convert Fahrenheit into Celsius. Now your first part is draw the graph of linear equation above using Celsius for x-axis and Fahrenheit for y-axis. It means x-axis will stand for Celsius and y-axis will stand for Fahrenheit. So how to do it? See, question number 8. It is given f is equal to 9 by 5c plus 32. So the first part is to draw the graph of this equation. Again, before drawing the graph of this equation, we have to find its solutions. So if I put C0, f is equal to 9 by 5 into 0 plus 32. So anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So 0 plus 32 is 32. So f is 32. Now put C is equal to 5. So f is equal to 9 by 5 into 5 plus 32. So 5 and 5 cancel and 9 plus 32 gives us 41. Why I have taken 5 and 0 here? Because you can see here the denominator is 5. So if you take any value of C multiple of 5, it is easy to calculate. So otherwise you will be getting your answer or value of Fahrenheit in decimal. That is difficult to plot. So two values are enough. Again represent it in tabular form, x and y. So x is for Celsius and y is for Fahrenheit. So if C is 0, what is f? 32. If C is 5, what is f? 41. So now plot these points on a graph. You will easily get a straight line, and that will be the graph of this equation. So this was first part. Second part is, if the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? Now again see, f is equal to 9 by 5c plus 32. It is given that put C is equal to 30. You can see if the temperature is 30 degrees C, it means take C 30. So put C is equal to 30 degree. Put C 30. So what is the value of f? 9 by 5 into 30 plus 32. 54 plus 32 is equal to 86. So it means f is 86 degree Fahrenheit. So when the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, in Fahrenheit it is 86 degree. Now come to third part. If temperature is 95 degree Fahrenheit, what is the temperature in Celsius? Now what you have to do in third part? Take f is equal to 95. So again f is equal to 9 by 5c plus 32. Now put f 95 here. 95 is equal to 9 by 5c plus 32. 95, this 32 will be transposed to left side, is equal to 9 by 5c. This is 63. 5 will be 9 by 5. When it will be transposed, it will become 5 by 9 is equal to c. So c is 35 degree Celsius. So it means when f is 95, c is 35 degree Celsius. Now next part is, fourth part is, if temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, what is the temperature in Fahrenheit? And if temperature is 0 degree F, what is the temperature in Celsius? So fourth part is, if C is 0, then what is F? Then F is equal to what? So again, put C is equal to 0 in, F is equal to 9 by 5C plus 32. Now you have to put C0. So if I put C0 here, so 9 by 5 into 0 gives me 0 plus 32. So it means F is 32 degree Fahrenheit. So when the temperature is 0 degree Celsius, in Fahrenheit it is 32 degree Fahrenheit. And again one more part is there. If the temperature is 0 degree Fahrenheit, so if F is 0, put F is 0, then what is C? So 0 is equal to 9 by 5C plus 32. This 32 will be transposed. So 0 minus 32 gives minus 32 is equal to 9 by 5C, and this 5 will go there and multiply in the numerator. Minus 160 by 9 and convert it into decibel. Minus 1. See, 160 divided by 9. 9 ones are 9. 7. 70. So 9 sevens are 63. 17.7 degree Celsius. So this is when F is 0, the temperature in Celsius is minus 17.7 degree. So the last part is there a temperature which is numerically the same in both Fahrenheit and Celsius? If yes, find it. It means here we have to take F is equal to C. We have to tell, is there any temperature when Fahrenheit and Celsius are same at that temperature? And for the last part, we have to take F is equal to C. So put F is equal to C in this equation, 9 by 5C plus 32. So F will be replaced by C, or C will be replaced by F. 9 by 5C will be transposed. So again taking LCM, 5C minus 9C upon 5 is equal to 32, minus 4C is equal to 32 into 5, minus 4C is equal to 160. So C is minus 160 by 4 minus 40 degree. So F is equal to C. Fahrenheit and Celsius temperatures are same at minus 40 degree. It means minus 40 degree Fahrenheit will be equal to minus 40 degree Celsius. So yes, the answer is yes. So this completes your question number 8. So I hope you have understood question number 4 to 8 all parts, and you are able to draw their graphs also. So this completes your exercise 4.3. Thank you.